Waffles? What day is it? What day is it, doggy? Huh? Is it December 17th? Are we getting close to Christmas? I think we are. Hey, thanks for watching our channel and coming back today for our continuing Vlogmas. I know you come back for waffles, so she had to start it today. She was really into it, wasn't she? You know, we ask our dogs questions, our pets questions, and like, why aren't they answering? We just know that they are, but you know, we're just making it up in our brain. So hey, we've got a few things in store for you today. Check them out, and thank you for being here. It's a little drum, makes you think of the drummer boy. Let's see if I can put it on the tree today without it falling off. Stay. There we go. December 17th. All right, I'm in the grocery store here. This store is called Harris Teeter. I've also been to Publix. There's other grocery stores here in the area. There's one called Food Lion, one called Lowe's, not the Home Depot equivalent, Lowe's Food. I've not been in those yet, and of course there's Piggly Wiggly, which interestingly I've not gone to yet either. But Harris Teeter is the nicer grocery store by our house. Publix is a good quality store, of course, here in the South, and not as close to our house, so I don't go there quite as often. But I've noticed that there are a lot of brands that I am just not used to, and I want to try. I want to share some of the things that I've never seen before, and particularly some of these holiday things. So one that I've seen that I'm going to try here, this is in every store I've been in. Oh, well, let me turn this around. Okay, Claxton fruitcake, old-fashioned fruitcake. Now, people eat fruitcake all over the country. I can't say I'm a major fan of it, but I don't hate it. I just don't experience it very often. But this is everywhere. So I asked somebody here in the store, lady, I said, do you eat fruitcake? She says, oh yes. And I held this up, and before I could ask anything, she says, that's the best. And I said, okay, why? She said, well, Claxton is out of Georgia, and they've been there forever, and this is just the thing. It's just so awesome. Just take a little slice off of it, eat it. She said, do you serve it with ice cream? And she said, it's sweet enough as it is. So I'm gonna try this. I'll share that with you. All right, another brand that I see is this Bill Knapp's. I've never heard of Bill Knapp's Bakery since 1948, just never made it to the West Coast, but this caught my eye. Nutty Dunkers. Nutty Dunkers. That just sounds great. So instead of donuts, they're just sticks, basically, that you could dunk in your coffee or milk or whatever. I'm drawn to the cinnamon sugar, but they're just called Dunker Donuts. I just think something called Nutty Dunkers is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna get one of these. You see a lot of items here called Low Country. I mean, this is the Low Country. And so there are unique items that are cooked here. So spicy pimento cheese, potato chips. Pimento cheese is all over the place here in the South. First introduced to it in Tennessee, but it's everywhere here as well. Okay, this seems to be a regional brand as well, Margaret Holmes. I've seen it in both stores. Tomatoes and okra, cut okra, tomatoes, okra and corn, mixed greens, collard greens, seasoned Italian green beans, just lots of different flavors. Something called Hoppin' John with black-eyed peas. These are just things Californians don't see on our shelves. I have no idea what some of those things are. Obviously I know what okra is, but I don't know what Hoppin' John is. I love German potato salad. I grew up on that with my grandmother making it all the time. I've never seen it canned anywhere. Anywhere. This is pretty awesome. This brand makes also 3 bean salads and other things. I know of Libby's. I've never heard of them making sauerkraut Bavarian style or crispy style. Interesting, different varieties here. Okay, everybody in California knows about Quaker instant oatmeal. But did you know that Quaker made instant grits? Butter flavor, original flavor, cheddar cheese flavor. They even have other flavors not on the shelf here. I had a variety pack that had bacon flavor as well, with chunks of bacon in it. And you know what? I asked some locals. I said, do you really eat instant grits, or do you get really good milled grits? And they're like, no, the Quaker grits are beautiful. So you know what? I've had them. I love them. But Californians don't see this on our shelves. For people that bake bread, I have heard on videos that King Arthur flowers and white lily flowers are some of the best for making breads. You don't find that on your average grocery store in California, on the average shelf there. I think you have to order it online. We all have gold medal and Pillsbury and some of that, but here King Arthur is everywhere. They even have different mixes for other food items. It's a big brand down here in the South. All right, they have this company called Sister Schubert's. Dinner yeast rolls don't seem that crazy of a thing to have in the stores. I don't think I've seen them quite like this. Phenomenal. Sister Schubert's makes some incredible stuff. These Parker House rolls, so good. Oddly, they don't puff up. They're already sort of partially baked, but the flavor is amazing. But look at this, sausage pinwheels. These are so good. Sausage and cheese in their soft rolls. So good. And they have other flavors too. Lemon blueberry rolls. Cinnamon rolls. Nothing special about cinnamon rolls, but this brand is so good. Okay, to be fair, there are things sold in California stores that I can't find on the shelves here. So it's not just that the South has weird stuff. No, well, it does have some weird stuff. So I went into a convenience store, you know, gas station convenience store, you know, like in California and here too. You see, you know, you can get hot dogs that are, you know, being freshly cooked. And there was a like we have for nacho sauce, there's a nacho cheese sauce, you know, a container where it's heated and you would dip the sauce out, you know. They had one for boiled peanuts. Had two containers that you could, one was regular boiled peanuts and one was spicy boiled peanuts. And I thought, oh, never seen that before. So there's interesting things here to be sure. But again, there's stuff that I cannot find. We've had to buy on Amazon. There's some cookies. If you're from my area and you know what cookies I'm talking about and you want to send some to me, I'd love you forever. So they were ginger lemon and they came in like the Cars cracker style box, the tube square box. Yeah, those are yummy. I can't find them anywhere here. Lots of brands obviously are different names here. You know, Hellman's instead of Best Foods, and Oro wheat bread is, I forget the brand, but it's, you know, it's a different, there's different brands like that, but you could, I mean, same product obviously. So just getting used to the grocery stores and what's here and, you know, how to find what you want, what you're missing. It's just part of changing areas and living in a new culture and new environment. It's fun. It's kind of bizarre sometimes. You're like, oh, okay. So hope you enjoyed that little segment. All right, here's the Nutty Dunker test. There's my coffee ready to go. I took a bite of this out of the box cold. It was kind of, whatever, not very good. But I just heated this up in the Ninja and it's awesome. Pastries hot, or donuts hot, are always so much better. Yeah, that's good. December 17th. We're getting so close. That looks yummy. I think that's a hazelnut something. Let's see, and the 17th is here. Oh, another little bear. This one's holding a Christmas tree and has a Santa hat. No jammies for this one. And Waffles has assumed the position. Okay, it's your turn, huh? Is it your turn? Yeah. Right. It is more treats. Oh, lots of these. But we're running low, right? Look, would you like one? Let's get a treat. Let's give you a little gingerbread man. Here you go. And off to the carpet. Who doesn't love a box of treats being sent to you as an incredible surprise? Our family sent us this great little note that over the months they've been gathering all these little Mickey Mouse Disney things that made them think of us because, you know, we love Disney. And so just random little things that are so fun. I think these little Mickey Mouse tongs are cute. Look at that. Chocolate molds in Mickey shapes. So they sent us some almond bark to make our own little chocolates. An insulated cartoon bag here, Mickey Mouse. Hand lotion. That has to be a hat for Diane because I'm not wearing Minnie Mouse hat, but it's cute. And a glove, oven mitt, pens. Even Waffles got a pet bandana. How fun is this? And then one of their special things is they make gingerbread every year, and they sent us some samples of that and another one of their little special holiday treats. We feel loved. Thank you, family. Oh, and our niece she's getting into some watercolor, has been for a couple years, and she made that. She did a great job on that one. Yay! Well, we're continuing in our story of the birth of Jesus as we look at the Bible passage for this day for Advent, day 17. And we're continuing in that passage. Just as I said, the verses yesterday were meant for today, a couple of them, about the angels praising God. Luke chapter 2, verse 13 through 21, it says, "Suddenly the angel was joined with a vast host of armies praising God and saying, 'Glory to God in the highest.'" And so when that had happened, then the angels returned to heaven, and the shepherds said to each other, "Let's go to Bethlehem. Let's see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." And so they hurried to the village and found Mary and Joseph, and there was the baby lying in the manger. After seeing him, the shepherds told everyone what had happened and what the angel had said to them about this child. All who heard the shepherd's story were astonished. But Mary kept all these things in her heart and thought about them often. The shepherds went back to their flocks, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen. It was just as the angel had told them. Now, this is a really cool passage because there's a lot of things that we could take away for our experience in this age. And one is that when we see God do great things in our lives, and by great I mean everyday cool things. It doesn't have to be, angels greeting us from heaven. But when we recognize that God has done something, that he has saved us, he set us free, we should be telling people. And it's very common in American culture. Don't talk about politics or religion. We see what happens when people are talking about politics. We've got a lot of divide. And frankly, we've got to be careful how we talk about our faith as well. But certainly, we should be talking about our faith and not letting culture and society tell us that's a taboo subject, don't bring it up. No, if I've got the answer to freedom and joy in life, aren't I a jerk if I keep it to myself? I want to share this and let other people experience it as well. But another cool little section of this passage, and I'm bringing this to you from a pastor I worked with in my previous job. The verse that says, Mary kept all these things in her heart and thought about them often. We kind of think like, well, she just kept it a little secret and just pondered and said, "Ooh, God, what do you do?" But no, there's really more intensity to this. It could be translated that she really was wrestling and trying to grasp what was going on and thought about them often. She's trying to figure it out and like, what is happening? So it isn't just as Mary, quite, just calm and gentle. I would say, it said the quite contrary. She wasn't contrary. But, just this whole idea that she's a 12 or 13-year-old girl who is having this life altering, angels appearing, shepherds meeting her in the middle of nowhere, virgin birth. Wouldn't you be kind of wondering what in the world is going on? Even though she knew to trust God and that was her response, it still is, okay, this is different. How do I wrap my head around that one? And the reality is how do we wrap our head around all this? We question just basic things, and she's having it actually happening to her. It's a challenge. So I think that the idea of landing on a foundation that God is God, He can do miraculous things, He loves us, and He wants to be involved in our story, leads us to say, okay, well, if I connect these dots, what are the conclusions? Some things I have to say with reason I can understand, and some things I have to say, even with reason, I don't understand it, but I do understand and trust that God is who He says He is, so therefore I will accept it. And when I can wrap my head around it, I will, and when I can't, I'll ponder it in my heart and ruminate on it for a while and see what God does with it. I hope that's a reasonable process on how we translate and interpret what God is doing in our lives and in our world. Hey, I hope that encourages you. Thank you for watching and checking out my grocery store experience and different things of life in the South and how it's different here. The things we're getting used to, and that it's not a challenge, but it's humorous to see, oh, it's different here. But I'm liking it here. We both are, and it's been fun. So, but it's not the same. So that's just part of life, isn't it? Hey, would you like and subscribe and let us know you were here? And what are some products that are on your shelves that when you visited other parts of the country, they weren't there, or you saw things on shelves, you're like, oh, what's that? So, okay. Hey, be good to others, and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.